All right. Today's Bible journal entry is from Leviticus chapter 9, verses 1 through 18. The Lord said to Moses, "Speak to the entire assembly of Israel and say to them, 'Be holy, because I, the Lord your God, am holy. Each of you must respect his mother and father, and you must obey my Sabbaths. I am the Lord your God. Do not turn to idols or make gods of cast metal for yourselves. I am the Lord your God. When you sacrifice a fellowship offering to the Lord, sacrifice it in such a way that it will be accepted on your behalf. It shall be eaten on the day you sacrifice it, or on the next day. Anything left over until the third day must be burned up. If any of it is eaten on the third day, it is impure and will not be accepted. Whoever eats it will be held responsible because he has desecrated what is holy to the Lord. That person must be cut off from his people. When you reap the harvest of your land, do not reap to the very edges of your field or gather the gleanings of your harvest. Do not go over your vineyard a second time or pick up the grapes that have fallen. Leave them for the poor and the alien. I am the Lord your God. Do not steal. Do not lie. Do not deceive one another. Do not swear falsely by my name and so profane the name of your God. I am the Lord. Do not defraud your neighbor or rob him. Do not hold back the wages of a hired man overnight. Do not curse the deaf or put a stumbling block in front of the blind, but fear your God. I am the Lord. Do not pervert justice. Do not show partiality to the poor or favoritism to the great, but judge thy neighbor fairly. Do not go about spreading slander among your people. Do not do anything that endangers your neighbor's life. I am the Lord. Do not hate your brother in your heart. Rebuke your neighbor frankly so you will not share in his guilt. Do not seek revenge or bear a grudge against one of your people, but love your neighbor as yourself. I am the Lord. Keep my decrees." Welcome back to another faith journaling episode. The reading that I just read to you guys basically is about the Ten Commandments. So I am drawing up a couple of stone tablets, similar to what I guess Moses would have received or what we've always seen depicted. Just using a standard number 2 pencil and working on sketch paper. Now this is a piece of card. It's like credit card. It actually was an advertisement for a local car repair place. So I use it to spread paint, or in this case, I'm using it as just as a straight edge, putting 5 lines on each tablet where I will be writing Roman numerals 1 through 5 on one side and 6 through 10 on the other, just so I can keep it kind of straight. All right, now I grab my .03 micron pen to go over all of the my lines. I'm erasing all my pencil lines, so all you'll see left is the ink line. This is a brown-gray Spectrum Noir alcohol marker where I'm just sort of adding some speckles on to try to give it more of a stone look, adding little markings and dots. And this is a taupe Crayola colored pencil, just going over the edges and then around some of those markings. Again, just trying to give it some more depth in terms of looking like stone. That's a gray. I'm just going to fill in the rest of the stone with that gray color. Again, I think it's just a Crayola color pencil. Now trying to add shadow here to make it look like the one tablet is in front of the other with a mixture of blacks, graphite, and the gray color pencil. So here comes the black, like I said. Now I'm underneath the tablets. I'm doing some shading with the black to make it look like they're sitting up on a solid surface versus just floating in air. Trying to decide what I want to say and what I want to use to say it with. So I pull out another one of my alcohol markers, Spectrum Noirs. Trying to decide what color I want to use. So here we have I think this is a true blue, but I don't know what number. And I am writing the rules. I teach Sunday school class, and I teach first graders. So to keep it fun, we talk about the rules. And it really does help them remember what the 10 Commandments are. So if you ask the students I have, what are the rules? What are the rules? They will tell you 10 Commandments. Now I'm going to take one of my Micron pens and outline the letters just to make them a little more clear. Using the white paint pen to put white back into the center where there should be a circle, like in the D, the A, the R, that kind of stuff. Just kind of cleaning up my lines with it. Deciding what I want to say now that I have the rules on there. This is a violet Spectrum Noir. I sort of make up my fonts as I go along, and well, I kind of messed up the S. I left it. Pulling out a Micron pen to put in the words for. Now I'm going around the, I thought about going around these letters, I think. Yeah. Going around the letters for God and make them a little more clear. This is a brown fine tip Sharpie marker. And I'm writing in game. Decided that Sharpie marker was just not dark enough. So I came in with a brown Spectrum Noir marker to kind of go over it and make it stand out a little bit more. Back to a Micron pen where I am writing in the word of to go with the 4 at the top. I like to put my prepositions in a smaller sized font like that. And here is a green pen I started to try to use, but it wasn't showing up very well. So I came in with, this is a sparkle marker. You can't really see the sparklers very well on it, but it looks really cool. So I'm putting in the word life. So all totaled, the thing says, the rules of God's game of life. Or the rules for God's game of life. So that's how I explain the 10 Commandments to my first graders, is that if you weren't given the rules to the game Sorry or Trouble, you wouldn't know how to play the game. Well, you can't really be successful in life if you don't know what is expected of you. So God gave us the 10 Commandments so that we could do that. And now I'll just take a little piece of washi tape and I will tape my drawing into my Bible. Sometimes I will put a little message to myself on the backs of my drawings for my Bible journal, but today I did not. And then you have it, my drawing. The rules for God's game of life. Without them, how would we know what God would want us to do? Thank you for watching.